Blue-collar millionaires don't fall for get-rich-quick schemes. If you can't control your investment, you're gambling, plain and simple. And most gamblers lose.
I lost $175,000 because I thought I was investing. Turns out I was just another sucker. Let me save you from making the same mistake.
If someone promises easy money, run the other way. Scammers don't get rich. You make them rich. Let's break down how they do it and how to protect yourself.
America's backbone was built on blue-collar business grit, grind, and muscle. This is where you stop working for the business, and the business starts working for you.
Blue-collar millionaires, get rich quick schemes. That's what they are.
That's right.
Chris is going to talk about some of his experiences. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. This is one of probably my number one thing that I remove and ban before people even see it. Sometimes I can't. I hate a schemer. What are some things? And then let's compare kind of why business is better. And then if you are going on risky stuff, how to figure out your personal level of risk and what you're okay with.
Well, so let me preface, not everybody is bad intentioned when they're offering fast money, big returns and whatnot. Some are. The root of those people, a lot of times, they just have a very low moral code. But what'll happen is it gets very hyped up, and then FOMO starts, fear of missing out on something. And then the community starts energizing around it. And then the community starts selling the rest of the community because they're showing their results. And those are the ones that really didn't have the bad intentions. They were just excited and wanted to share the excitement. The problem with this huge returns, do absolutely nothing, passive income kind of stuff is extremely high risk, and I like to call it gambling. And don't click off, don't pass through it if you think I'm talking trash, because I'm gonna give you a case study. So I got into a Forex deal, and I saw buddies, and they were having good success in life, and I was seeing their stuff and kind of watching it from afar, and then I started looking into it, and so I started making investments into this. And they were like, hey, do your own due diligence. This has been my experience. So they were trying to make sure that I understood when I was asking questions, that they were like, I can't vouch for this. This is just what's happening with me. But I had zero control over the Forex trading. It was stick my money in, let this computer system do something, spit these return results out, let this digital bank balance grow, and supposedly I can cash out when I get ready to cash out. But the problem is greed kicks in every single time. And you don't want to cash out when you're sitting here making 30% returns plus on your money, and you're watching a compounding result happen. So you've got that, 100,000 sitting in there, and then you start to see it's 110,000, and that 110,000 is getting traded. And so every profit coming in is getting retraded, and it grows at a really big amount. And you're sitting here thinking, dang, I'm going to retire earlier than what I thought, but I have zero control. Then you've got these other things like the Amazon stores, and this made a little more sense. Again, though, I invested in that. There was zero control. The only control I had was I opted in to do it. So I bought the store and I put my credit card up on file for it to be the inventory revolving credit. I had zero control on controlling this business, this online store. Cryptocurrency. I have zero control in influencing the value of a coin because I'm not a whale of a buyer. So I can't drop several million to change the flow of the coin availability in the market to make it show scarcity and raise the coin's value. Zero control. What do I have control in? I have control in a business. If shit starts going sideways, I can sit there and hire or fire. I can do more marketing. I can analyze data and numbers. I can hire someone as a consultant that has better skill sets and more experience to come in and help me problem solve on it. I have levers to pull, like if you're in a heavy piece of equipment like a bulldozer. I lost 175,000. I got another 175,000 tied up in the crypto market, and it may or may not. And I might look like a genius if it pops off by doing an altcoin. But I also have 175 that may be worth 10,000 now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I definitely lost the Forex side of things. So take my lessons, take my experience, and understand. So here was the lessons. Don't put money in that anything that you can't physically control if things start going sideways. And if you decide to do so, treat it as gambling.
But I know people who, it usually doesn't work out. Sometimes they do. I have a friend of mine, he had a big exit. He makes pretty
Yeah.
risky investments.
There's
Sometimes it
there's
works for him, and
winners.
he might
Yeah.
feel like he's up at the end. I just don't personally wanna do that.
Yeah.
If I said, "Hey, put a million into these storage facilities, gonna earn 8%," he doesn't wanna do it. It's
Yeah.
not, like, fun for him.
Right.
He'll say, "Well, I'll just stick it in a money market," because he had a good point one time. He's like, "If I make 5% in a money market,
Secured.
and what am I doing this for 3%? I'm taking all this risk
Mm-hmm.
for 3%. It doesn't make any difference." So, okay, he has his own rules, but you got to have them. But be careful of that FOMO of everybody talking about stuff. And it appeals to people who are in financial, generally who
Hungry
are hungry.
financially. If I had streams of income during that time producing million net here, million net there, several hundred thousands net here and there, I don't know. There's a little bit of a gamer to me. So I would still probably would have played the game. But the biggest allure was, ooh, man, this could be massive. It was a get rich quick
Yeah.
thought of it. And then when I saw what seemed like some success, and the ones that exited before things went south, they were able to capitalize on the success. But the problem with the Ponzi scheme is the only people that win, and I'm not saying the Amazon stores were Ponzi scheme. Forex, most of those are Ponzi schemes.
Yeah.
The problems with those is the early guys are the only ones that win, and only if they exit, because they're taking one person's money and paying it to the next person. The new person coming in, that's what's paying off the earnings to the people that were in
And
before
once they
you.
can't bring any more money, it unfolds.
Yeah.
So here's some questions you can ask. Who's really smart in your life that's had success, who's doing really well, multimillionaire, and you're a young guy and you're doing it? Ask yourself, why don't they do it?
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't they doing it?
Exactly.
And the way that they market these things is that the old guy doesn't know about it.
Yeah.
You know about it.
Right.
They're stupid, man. They
Yeah.
don't get it. It's not true. That person, I'm not talking about somebody who's got $1 million and has a nice job. I'm talking about a guy that's like 20 million. Why
Right.
isn't he doing it?
Right.
Because if you're putting $10,000 in it, he could go put $1 million and have the same
Yeah.
result, because it doesn't work. The other thing to ask yourself is, so here's for Amazon stores, but there was a guy that, we came across, and he was selling these digital real estate websites.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they start up a website and then they're selling leads. And he was telling me how, oh, you buy this thing for $20,000, it produces 60% annually, $12,000 a year, it's forever. I was talking to him, I knew he was full of shit. And I'm like, so how long you been doing? Oh, we got like 3 years of data on this. So I said, so how many websites? Like there's like 180 of them that we're doing, and they're all averaging like 50 to 60%. So I said, why would you be selling them to other people? Why wouldn't you go to the bank, borrow it at 8%? That was about the interest rate back then. And then make the 52% spread yourself, because you know it works.
Right.
And he just didn't have an answer for me, because
Right.
it don't work.
Right.
So if it's works so well, why do they need your money to do it?
Right.
Right? We know some things that are working. Others, I don't ask for anybody for money.
Right.
I
Right.
just kept going into other states. I never said, hey, get in on this with me. I'm going to turn your money in this. No, I just use my own money.
I believe in other people's money, leveraging other people's money, leveraging the bank money. I have a ton of real
But you're in
estate,
it.
but that's the difference. I understand it. I can control it. My real estate, I have control over it. I'm able to do it. And I've got a couple of partners on a small portion of my real estate, and I trust those people that I'm in with it. And we both have money in the deal. We both have money and time in the deal. It's not lopsided. When things get lopsided, that's when it can get crazy. If there's no skin in the game, somebody can walk when things get hard. And that's where those type partnerships. So it's not that you can't deploy money passively into like a real estate deal and have it backed and secured by real estate, but most high returns that don't have some type of secured stance to back your money if thing goes sideways so you can fire sell it, most of the time, that's a get rich quick scheme. And if I don't have control over it, I'm not doing it.
Right. All right. So I wanted to correct that. That's not what I mean. So if somebody's buying real estate and they say, "Hey, put 100,000, I'm buying this apartment complex, I'm in managing and I'm doing,"
Yeah.
that makes sense
Yeah. Yeah.
because you're going to run out of money and those things are
Right.
expensive, even a business, right?
Right.
I'm more talking when there's like this middleman
Yeah.
and he's like, "I'm going to take your money and put it over here.
Yeah.
I got nothing to do with it now."
Yeah.
And guess what's going to happen when it loses? They're going to ghost you.
Yeah. It happens every time. They
I
disappear.
don't like people who are like kind of raising money for stuff that they're not running. They have no skin in it. So we saw people doing that.
So
So
be careful. The rule is only invest in things that you can control, that you understand. And then if you do otherwise, make sure you understand it's a gamble. Just protect yourself. Get rich quick is not a real path. Very, very few lottery winners in life. And most of the time, when you do hit the lottery like that, it ruins your life because you didn't build the skill set to be able to manage it.
and then it's the percentage. So if somebody like myself said, "Hey, I want to put $100,000 into Bitcoin and I lost it," it's not going to really be a big deal for me.
That's right.
But if I
That
did
is
that
true.
when I was 21, it'd be a big,
That's right.
like, I don't buy my house now because I did
Yeah.
that. That's crazy.
Protect yourself, blue collar millionaires. Let's do it right. It takes some effort. The work needs doing. You got to pay your dues. Nobody got to massive success,
Nobody's coming to save you.
millionaire status by making one trade and hitting the lottery.
There
It's-
are incredible deals out there. You can make tons of money. Some of the stuff we're involved or the deal you were talking about where the guy made 3
Yeah.
million,
Yeah.
but it makes sense and it was protected. Lawyers with land and everything. Everything makes
And
sense.
he had already built that
He already did that.
4.4 million.
He didn't just go throw
Get
it over
advice,
the
get a
roulette.
mentor, plug in bluecollarmillionaire.net. That's the resources. We've got podcasts, we've got Boardroom Elite, private mentoring, we've got private dinners, we've got private live masterminds, and we got the free community on Facebook, over 215 as we're recording today. Members in there, highly moderated to make sure that it's quality and positive. We hope we can connect with you later.